I'm really interested in the in the book club thing because it's funny that you mention it because, I mean, you know that I love reading. I read
Yes.
minimum of 50 books a year, and
You're a machine.
I've read three that
Yeah.
the three that you mentioned. And I
Yeah.
remember when when I was operating my first business at the gym, and you told me about the 5 dysfunctions of a team, and I read it.
Yeah.
So it's funny because now, like with the, just had the new year in January, and I kind of put it out there to some of the guys on the team that I've got a strong influence, and they see me reading, and they were motivating. They were motivated to ask me, can I borrow some books? Can I read, kind of thing? And I kind of toyed around with the idea of like, do you guys want to do like a book club? Like
Right.
this is something that I actually started one 3 years ago to try and just like get other entrepreneurs like motivated on reading, and something that we can just a reason to meet and talk about something where it's like, even if we just talk about one golden nugget from this book,
Right.
it's not like we have to do formal chapters, summaries, and everything. And let's just talk about what I got out of this book. Like I was kind of even when I started, I was like, I'm going to read it anyways. You're just helping me really retain the information if I can teach you guys about it.
Sure.
So I don't really care if you even read the book or not. I just want to share what I got out of the book.
Yeah.
And then it's a reason for us to meet, have coffee, have a beer, and then let's kind of network, and let's talk
Yeah.
about each other's businesses and how we can help each other,
Yeah.
and from our experience.
Yeah.
Meeting with people, was the hard part. People
Yeah.
that sounded good, but then, it was hard just getting together.
They get busy.
So what's your how did you motivate the people on your team? Because I've got people that are interested on my team that want to do it. How did you motivate people? Because I think that it's a great great tool, great tool for creating that culture, and as a leadership tool that you're touching on here.
Mm-hmm.
But how do people start implementing this in their organization today?
Again, I think it comes from a transparency perspective, and just being very open to say, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is why I want to do it, and this is the benefits of it. Ultimately, if it's within your own organization, the responsibility to do it falls on you, right? So setting that time aside. But I also like to demonstrate the change in me that I'm wanting to see in them. And so there are times I'm very intentional about my shortfalls, and that, hey, this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So an example of that would be I know accountability is good, and I know that for some of my people, they could really benefit from some accountability. And so I would make myself accountable to them. And so I would say to them, in fact, I did this just at the end of the year, 2019. And I said to them, so one of the things that one of my goals is to do a lot more videos. You're going to love this, Mitch, And I expressed how difficult it was. You were there, you remember.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, this was difficult. This was not easy for me to set the time to do this for a variety of different reasons of how I'm wired. And I said, so like this is my goal. I'm convinced that we need to be doing this better. And so why am I telling you that, guys? Because I'm allowing you to hold me accountable. And so I'm demonstrating to them to say, I see value in this, and I'm demonstrating the change. I've identified, what I need to do, and now I need to execute it, and I'm allowing people to keep me accountable to actually doing it. And now I've told you, you're going to be asking me in 6 months.
That's right.
So I think, again, transparency, and just, hey, because the changes that are required doesn't mean they're easy. Doesn't mean necessarily when we do it well, right? But it does communicate to say, this is the desire, this is intent, this is the direction we're going in, and just be very open about what is hard. This is I'm changing myself, and I'm wanting this change within you as well. If it's good for me, then it's also good for you. And I'm not asking you to do something that I haven't done and believe in for myself. So then once I'm doing that, then I'm picking kind of somewhat the more likely people, to kind of lead the chapter. and so they're kind of seeing, you know, how everybody else responds, and they are slowly going down the rabbit hole to understand, you know what, this is a safe place, right? They're processing what I already have believed to be true, is this is the right place for you guys to develop these things.
And was it a requirement to join the book club?
Well, no.
Or is it like,
First
hey,
of all,
opt in, or anyone that's interested?
no. So we would do it first of all as part of our company meetings.
Okay.
Okay, and so in our agenda, it would be the next chapter. So it wasn't a kind of an after hours, because I think that's a little harder to do. Again, it's nice to do that because you get people who are truly committed. But again, everyone has busy lives and, you know, families and kids and stuff like that. So it was important enough to us that we said, no, this is just going to be a chapter. Now we would say, hey, any volunteers to do the next one? And then, you know, after a while, we would just kind of look at the guy and say, yeah. Anyone? Mitch? Do you have any ideas who could do that next? But you know, often people kind of, hey, it's my turn. I'm going to step up.
Yeah.
You know, so that's been fun as we've worked on that.
Cool. And then when did you start that? When did you implement the book club? And is that what you even call it?
No. We just say that, hey, we study a book together.
Okay.
And that's probably, I'm going to say 3 to 4 years ago, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
That we've been doing that. And before the book, it might be an article. You know, it may not have been before that. Like it was, you know, it was, hey guys, let's talk about this. You know, something about leadership or you know, something that I've learned, you know. And then we just got, you know, we got more like, hey, what are the challenges we have today, or people have challenges? And, you know, hey, there's a book someone's recommended to me. It scratches the itch of where we are right now on that. So it's been good. Common language is important. Common purpose is important. And getting people to adopt it as their own. Right, and they did that not because I told them to, but because they were in the process of learning, you know, with us, and you know, we could probably still do it better, but like it's something, again, we're on that journey, and it's helpful.
Yeah. Would you weigh it as the same amount of value to your organization as, say, like an operations manual?
It's as an operations manager. Well, operations.
No, like a manual, like a
manual. Yeah. Like a manual will keep you out of legal trouble. So you know, probably not. But the fact is, it is just as important. You know, of the how-to, of that just helps you in daily operation.
Yeah.
You know, but who you are and how you behave. Put it this way. If you have the one and not the other, I think you know you're entering the race with half a tank of gas, right? And if you want some real momentum, then you really need to start thinking about, who are you, what do you stand for, what are you creating, and why should people come on board and start rowing with you? And start to formulate those types of ideas as an organization. So I really think you need to do both. Yeah. It is normal and natural to grow from an operational perspective. But again, sometimes you get somebody who's great in their field, but maybe they're a great technician. Doesn't make them a great manager, right? And so it's normal and natural that we grow through certain stages, and some people are going to just get stuck at that stage because they're just not wired, or don't have somebody that is going to walk them through the whatever it is that they're doing as their business from a hands-on perspective. To now you have multiple people doing that on your behalf. How do you manage them? How do you lead them? How do you create an operations manager? Manual. How do you put that together? So they're completely different skills. And leading a great high performance organization, those are skills that need to be learned. They're not natural. You might be naturally bent to them, but the concepts, require you hopefully learn from the wisdom of others, or maybe you learn through pain.
Yeah.
But if you don't have evaluated experience, you're just not going to learn.
Right.
Right.